And I am going to go ahead and get started. I know people will be trickling in, but I want to honor your time. Um, we are just a reminder that we are going to be meeting in person next month at the YWCA. So that'll be on October 10th. So second Tuesday at the YW. We're going to be hearing from Holly Ambule with Forefront. And if you don't know about Forefront, this is very valuable information. I think they're a hidden gem for resources for all of you. So make sure you come. There are also rumors that there's going to be some special snacks provided by Holly. So be sure and come. Do spread the word. Invite all of your friends, your coworkers. Everyone is more than welcome. We want to share information and get as much resources to our community and our partners as possible. If you have any information that you do want for us to send out to the group, or that you would like to have posted on our social media, please send those flyers to Shannon. Her contact information is in the chat, and she'll give you more information about what she needs from you there. And then Courtney will grab those from Shannon and post those on our social media. Make sure you check out our social media, and if you're not friends with us on Facebook, Instagram, be sure and do that. And if you miss a meeting, we have a YouTube channel that you can join us and catch up on. So if you want to go back and listen to anything that Michelle and her crew have to say today, that's where you would go to see that recording. So today we have the honor of hearing from Michelle Cook about the Joy Care Center and all the great things that she and her crew are doing for the justice impacted in our community. So Michelle, take it away.
Okay. Hi there, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to present. You'll see there are three heads here in the picture, and that's because we're the unholy trinity of the Joy Care Center. This is my sister Sue behind me, and this is Patty, our office and everything else person. So it's really the three of us that are the full-time people that make Joy Care Center happen. Our official name is Joy Care Center Jobs Partnership Blono. That's a mouthful. So it's because the Joy Care Center is a local agency that was founded in 2000, well, at the end of 99, and became a 501c3 in 2000. And the Jobs Partnership is a national program that was founded in North Carolina by a pastor and businessman that owned a trucking company, and was brought here to Bloomington from Peoria early in the 90s, early in the 2000s. And so it's all right here together. And we found that in order to deliver more services, we need to have the two programs joined together. The Joy Care Center is the funding arm of our program. The Jobs Partnership Blono is the reentry component of our program. Our reentry program is phenomenal. We have had at least 2,800 individuals in our program, and I call them all my children because I'm mama. So everybody calls me mama. She's T and she's TT. So that's us. We're family. And we've had over 2,800 children since 2010 come to this McLean County, and we've only lost 21 of them back to the Department of Corrections. So you know how phenomenal that is. The reason for that is we're faith-based, family-oriented, sober living program. And when we take our people in, we have two ways. The direct reentry is if we start communicating with them in while they're still incarcerated or in the McLean County Jail. Now, if you get any referrals or questions about getting into our program or people who are in need of service, the way to get the ball started is they write to the Joy Care Center, the inmate or the person in need of service. If they're incarcerated or in jail, they write to the Joy Care Center, P.O. Box 3751, Bloomington, Illinois. And in their letter, they tell us their outdate, what they are incarcerated or convicted for, and what they're going to need when they come home. So if it's, they need jobs, housing, transportation, everything, just put everything. But once we get that letter, then we will send them an information packet and an application for our program. That has to be filled out completely. It's just a one sheet and reviewed by the field service program in the specific prison. And the field services signs off on it, and then it's sent back to us. Once we receive that, we send them a receipt of the application and information about how our program works and the fact that they are now placed on our waiting list. Because we're the only program around that accepts registered sex and violent offenders, we have a long waiting list. Okay. So now we do screen very closely. That's why the application has to be reviewed by field services to make sure they're giving us straight information. We do not take registered offenders who, if their victim is under the age of 16, or if they were over 19 and their victim was a teenager. So that there's a lot of, it's very unfortunate the way the registration thing works, because there's no levels. If they looked at porn, if they were dating as a teen, or if they actually molested a child, they're all lumped in the same category. So we have to screen very, very carefully, to make sure that we're not bringing predators to our community. And, society already thinks that if you hear the word sex offender, oh, not in our neighborhood, that's a predator, lock up your children kind of thing. That is not the case at all. I would say that at least 80% of our folks are children that were teenagers at the time, and their girlfriend was 15 or 16 and said she was 18. And when the parents found out, they called the police, or they broke up and the girl herself said, oh, he did something bad to me. So we serve men and women, but primarily we have men in our program because there are so many excellent programs in the area for females, and the need is so great that we basically have males in our program. We do have a few females, but by and large, it's males. When they come to us, if they're a direct reentry from prison or jail, we pay all of their expenses for the first 60 days. That's their rent, clothing, food, registration fees, transportation, whatever it takes. If they're getting their ID, anything, we pay everything for the first 60 days. However, we do have over 70 employers here in McLean County that hire our people. So we get them employed in the first 2 weeks they're home so that we can then let them start saving money so that they'll be able to pay their own bills and pay their own way once they're after the 60 days. So and we have groups and classes every Tuesday night. We also, every Tuesday night, do intakes. So if you are referring somebody to us or somebody coming off the street or moving here from somewhere else, we give them appointment. We do intakes every Tuesday night at 5:30 at Second Presbyterian Church here at the corner of Market and Prairie. And they come in the Prairie Street entrance. We are now officed and housed here in the Second Presbyterian Church. Our office is down here on this level. Our classroom is right at the Prairie Street entrance. So all you have to do if you have someone in need of services is call the number 309-826-1715. And you see these wonderful flyers here. These are flyers. You'll see those around everywhere. And on the back of every flyer is the phone number. Okay. That phone number rings in my pocket all day long, actually. But that phone number is a direct line. It's not someplace that, far away or somebody that has to get back to you. The only reason you'd have to leave a message for us to get back to you is I'm talking to somebody else on the other line. So, it's real personal and it's real family oriented. All the children know that we're there for them because, as you know, one of the big problems with our children is that they've not had relationships where they could build trust, where they were treated with respect and integrity and, as a human being, equal in every way to all of us. God made us all, we're all his children. And so every child, every one of us have made mistakes we wish we hadn't made. If you're grown, if you're more than 2 days old, you've made a mistake that you wish you hadn't made. So folks that have made their mistakes and paid for it deserve this second chance. It doesn't matter the color of their skin, their sexual preference, their whatever religious preference, any kind of preference, that doesn't matter. We were all created by the same God and we deserve the same equal treatment. And that's what we do in our program. And it's proven that it works. Our children, we love to brag and we love to have you meet our children. We'd love to have any of you who are interested drop in any Tuesday night. 6 to 8 is our group and class right here at Second Pres Church. Come in the Prairie Street entrance. You can come in, you can meet some of our children that attend. Several of our children don't attend, even though they're required to communicate with us on a regular basis. They don't attend because they're working the second shift or nights and they can't be available from 6 to 8, but they still check in with us because we do provide mentors, we provide accountability partners, and the difference between the two is a mentor is anyone in the community that with a heart for service that wants to help and wants to be a role model for our children. An accountability partner is someone who has been in the same boat, has had an incarceration or had a justice impact, so that they know the pitfalls, they know the triggers, they know all those things that we don't know completely. It doesn't matter how good our hearts are and how much we love folks. If we haven't experienced that incarceration piece, that's a whole different deal. And it's a whole different thing to wrap your mind around. So what we do is we children that have been through the program and are progressing and doing well, then come back and offer to be accountability partners and help the new children coming into our program and help them to stay clean and sober and to avoid the pitfalls and to deal with the triggers and all those kind of things, so that everything you need in your daily living to keep you on track, that's what we provide in our program. There is no one size fits all because we're all different. We all have different needs. So we don't come in as the authority saying, you got to have this, you got to do that, you got to do. We try to see what fits that individual. So what are your needs? You tell me what you think you need, and I'll tell you how we think we can meet that need. If we can't totally meet that need, we network with all the other services in this community. And that's the big thing, networking. All of us need to get together and have a simple way for our clients, the people we serve, to get service. They shouldn't have to, call this number, and if they're not there, leave a message, and maybe she'll call you back, or somebody else will call you back, or go over here and see this and that and the other thing. That's not how we operate. When they're new to our program, we take them like to PATH, to the license bureau, to the job site, to wherever they need to be, and we give them a name. We introduce them to people and make them feel like they're really part of our family. You wouldn't take a newborn. My sister and I are both retired registered nurses, and I worked OB, labor and delivery, for some time, briefly. And you didn't take newborn babies to the sidewalk when they, when the day they're discharged from the newborn nursery. You don't take them to the sidewalk and say, see ya when you turn 18. So our children coming to us, some of them have never, ever lived clean, sober, getting a job, doing all the things that society says you need to do. Some of them have never had that experience. So we come alongside them, on each side of them, and guide them and help them with that. And that's why we have the success rate we do, because they know we're there 24/7. You'd be amazed how many times my phone is rung at 2 a.m. or there's somebody at our back door knocking on the door. Mama, I got put out. Okay, come on in, lay down here on the couch until I'm ready to get up, kind of thing. They know that we're there. The program has taken them in, made them family. That's what family does. And we teach them family. My God tells me that we're to spread his good news. Well, how we do that is by our actions. We're not Bible thumping or trying to get them to join our church or leading them by the hand to meet a minister or any of those things. We're showing them by the way we love on them that this is how God works, okay? So then they want some of that. They'll want to live that life. That's what we try to do. That's how we roll. That's what we do. That's who we are. We will take referrals from any other agency here in town. We have lots of agencies that call us and say, we need food for some family. We need clothing for somebody. We've had some immigrants come through that, somebody from immigration or whatever called and said, this person just got to this country with only the clothes on his back. We make a clothing packet for them. They're not in our program. We invite them, but they're not in our program, and they may not be interested in our program, but we still help And that's what we should all do as agencies. We should have open line of communication. It would be really great if there was one number that we could call that every one of us had access to. So if they need housing, we provide housing, we provide jobs, we provide food, we provide clothing, we provide transportation. Uh, we provide whatever it takes to keep that person clean and sober and moving forward. So if there was one number that we could all call and, we have a housing need here, okay? We have a mental health need here because there's so much mental health involved in what we do. We all know that in all the agencies and all the folks that come to us for service, usually there's an underlying mental health issue. And if we had one central system that we could all connect to, that would make it so much easier and streamline the process for the folks we serve. So that's what we try to do for all of our people. No matter what the need is, we try to do that. And we started with Winner's Circle. We've been doing that since August, since July. Yeah, we started that in July. And that's a peer-led group for folks who've been incarcerated. We do that as well. So that's basically, isn't that us?
We have classes at the jail.
Yeah, we have on Friday nights, we do classes at the jail at McLean County Jail, and we have a graduation at the end of each session of classes so that they have food and we give them a nice certificate. And you'd be amazed at what that means to our children because a lot of them have never completed anything. And when they complete our sessions and they get these nice certificates, they're on cloud nine. Out here, whenever they complete, we have a big to do. We have a buffet and they can invite up to 5 people and we take pictures and we have a graduation. We make graduation posters and stuff and give pictures to the family, do all those kind of things just to show them that they are special and that they have accomplished something and that they are family. And I'm telling you, the very first person that was in our program in 2010 is still in touch with us. He still calls on a regular basis, mama, whatever. We have folks living all over the United States that still call and touch bases. And if they come here to visit, they make sure to see us. They send us pictures of their children. They keep us in the loop. So, it's truly, truly a family oriented program. And we're honored to be the unholy trinity here. We get as much out of it as they do. We just love on our children. I'm very old school. I'm 81 and Sue's 77 and Patty's not going to tell how old she is. She's younger.
65.
Oh, okay. But see, she's the one that she's young. So if we sound a little confused on the phone, you can always talk to Patty and get the straight scoop. Okay. So that's who we are. That's how we roll. Any questions, comments, criticisms, whatever?
We'll open it up. Does anybody have anything that they'd like to ask the Joy Care ladies?
I have a question. This is Darla, Faith in Action, and you may have mentioned it and I missed it. What are the contents of the classes that you teach when you go to the jail? I think that's just such a wonderful program, and I'd like to know what you're teaching.
We do the jobs partnership curriculum, preparing them for employment, and we do the Celebrate Recovery program that comes from North Carolina. from Rick Warren's church.
Right.
Yeah, there's a standard curriculum for Celebrate Recovery, and we do that. Now, on the outside, we do both of those things, but we add a lot of things. We have an anger management block, accountability, all kinds of different groups that we have.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Is faith-based. We teach them practical things for when you get out. How are you going to act on your job? And some of them have said, I've never had that job except selling drugs on the street corner. We can let them know, well, then you're an entrepreneur and here's how
Yeah.
you can get into
Yeah.
something different. And we do a lot of digging into their personal things and how did you get here. So it's a good curriculum.
Yeah, we when we do their when they graduate, we have them fill out a resume worksheet, and we do a functional resume for each of them, and we ask them what they've done, and if they've sold drugs, they're an entrepreneur, so they can put down sales and marketing, you know, different things like that. We flip it and make it work for them, and they've never thought of themselves in a positive light, you know, so we do that. Any other questions?
I have a question, Courtney over here. You had mentioned the information you need from someone who's writing to you that is currently incarcerated. What
Mhm.
about people that need your assistance who are not incarcerated? Do you need different information from them?
No, what they do is they come for an intake on Tuesday nights at 5:30 to Second Presbyterian Church. They come in the Prairie Street entrance, and we're the first door on the left, the classroom, and that's when we do intakes every Tuesday night. So they can walk in off the street. They can be referred by any of you. If you refer them, just, you know, tell them to call our number 309-826-1715, and we'll give them an appointment for Tuesday nights for 5:30 intake. Does that answer your question?
Mhm.
Okay.
You did say you had a waiting list. What, how many do you have right now in the program?
Oh my God. We have about 40 active that we have to touch bases with daily, weekly, whatever. And we have a waiting list of about 80 people. But the fact that our waiting list is that long doesn't mean that if somebody contacts us today and needs a spot, that they'd be number 81, that they would have to wait for us to house everybody else, okay? Their need may be different. Maybe they're going to get out at the end of this month. So, you know, and maybe they're age-wise and their whole background-wise, they're a fit for the spot we have open. So we have to, they would, you know, that would give them a leg up for that. So it's on a case-by-case basis that we do everything. There is no one size fits all. Does that answer your question?
It does.
Okay.
It does. I'm going to send something to you. I know that the library and several agencies have joined, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it is an intake sharing platform that you would enter the person's information, and if they're needing housing or whatever, then you would send that out, enter their information, then that person is automatically picked up by the receiving agency, and they do not have to fill out additional information. Their information is forwarded, so that's already started for them. So it is not as widely spread used as it could be, but it is just the type of thing that you've been talking about. One one-stop shop for Iris. Jessica put in Iris is the name of the platform, and so that might be a connection for you to.
Here locally?
It is. It's the AOK network is using it a lot, but it's for families and people in need. So
Okay, well, families are also welcome in our support group. In fact, that's why we started support group, to help families dealing with folks who are incarcerated. We've had calls from, we work with both school districts about, children who are, their parents are incarcerated. We've had all kinds of dealings with the school district.
that's
helping
wonderful.
them. In fact, our barber, we have a barber shop, and our barber, we got a call from one of the elementary schools about a new child that had transferred into the district, and his hygiene was really poor, and he was very unkept, and his mother was a single mom, and there were lots of issues in the home. And so they called us about helping, and our barber went over to the school and set up a whole shop and did, haircuts for the whole class, and did this kid, did a design in the side of his hair and everything, and made him like the head kabuba there at that class.
That's
And
awesome.
it changed everything for that classroom. And in fact, they still go back from time to time. The teachers can call them direct, and they can go back, and they'll set up chairs and do it. And then they also, our barbershop also does grooming a generation. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that was started in, I think, Detroit by a group of Black barbers to help young Black men to learn to read and to be respectful and respectable and productive. And so what they do is they have books for all ages in the barbershop. And while the child is waiting, they're reading a book. And when they're in the chair, they tell the barber what the story's about. They interact, and that gives the barber an opening to mentor that child. And it's an ongoing process, and it's really successful. So if you hear about grooming a generation, we have that in our program, and it's amazing the way young people respond.
That's great. That makes this library worker very happy. Anybody else have anything to add?
I wanted to ask, I'm hoping this sounds less like a call out and more like a call in. I was curious about the decision to exclude people who've had a past of sexual violence against children. Just because the things that you said for the other folks in your program are also true for those folks. That everyone makes mistakes, that everyone deserves a roof over their head, deserves to eat. And so I wonder if that's something that has gotten pushed up against a couple of times, or if that's something that you've ever considered shifting a little bit.
Well, yes. We are bound by parole, the McLean County Sheriff's Department, and the Bloomington Police, okay? So we have to go by their guidelines of what they will allow us to house, okay? Anytime we get an individual, one of my children writes to me, and they're a registered sexual offender, we have to get an okay from the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department, the Bloomington Police, to house that individual, okay? So really, our guidelines kind of got, we try to tweak, and we try to serve as many as we can, but our guidelines still have to be approved by the Sheriff's Department. And you know how the community is. You know how society is. every sex in their mind, every sex offender is a child molester. It's the same interchangeable thing. So that's why we're so careful about the age and our guidelines. Does that help you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And the other thing is, we know that who they were is not who they are now. You know, who you were when you were 20 is not who you are now. Okay. Or maybe you're not that far from being 20, but who I was when I was 20, 30, 40, 50, I'm not now. You know, so we mature, we grow, we change, we learn, we profit from our mistakes, that kind of thing. So we try, as much as we possibly are in control, we try to serve as many as possible.
That's wonderful. Yes, and you were speaking before about we all make mistakes. I told somebody recently, we all make mistakes. Some people's are just a little more well advertised than others, and I feel like that is a lot of what this is.
Yeah, some of us just get caught.
Yep.
What goes on. You know, there's people out here walking around and on the news that have made huge mistakes and nothing happens. You know, our population have made mistakes and gotten caught, and they've paid for them, you know. So let's give them a chance. Everybody deserves a chance.
Well, I think you're doing wonderful work. You definitely, it's a calling. And so we really appreciate what you're doing in our community. And I think we all kind of in our minds are thinking of ways that we could help you, and be sure and call on us for anything that we could help you do too. I know that I personally have it in my mind that I'm going to stop by one of your groups and offer library cards. So
that'd be great.
Be nice.
yeah. So I think everybody can be thinking about how they can contribute to the Joy Care Center and what they do, and just make our community a little bit stronger and a little bit more accepting. And that would be great. So
we'd love to have any of you who want to come and present, you know, spend a few minutes with our group and just tell them what your agency does, what resources you're aware of that are out there that might help them. We'd love to have. Just call me and we'll set it up.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay. Well, I appreciate you spending your time with us. I'm going to give everybody else a chance to, it's really hard. You're a hard act to follow to give our agency updates, but all of us will give our agency updates because I think this is a group that really does contribute also. So Marita, why don't we start with you?
So I work for the McLean County FUSE program, the Frequent User System Engagement program, which most of you guys are likely familiar with. We did either a month ago or maybe 2 months ago, we did hire a new case manager, which was something that we had budgeted for a while ago, and we just kind of figured out what kinds of experiences we were looking for. So Alicia Mushan recently joined our team. She came to us from Stepping Stones, and particularly is bringing some great expertise around legal help for our clients, which has been really useful. Apart from other just fantastic stuff that she does for case management. Otherwise, the program is chugging along. I guess I will add here, and it's not official yet, like there's not a position posted, but I will be leaving the FUSE program in the next couple of months, at least by the end of the year. Yeah, it's been a hard decision for me, but that does mean that we're going to be looking for a nurse. So if you guys have any nurses either with psych experience or the psych experience isn't as important as the mindset. Generally, if they're if trauma is their jam, if they want to meet people where they're at, those are the kinds of nurses that we're looking for. So even if they don't have psychiatric experience, they will get it when they join the program. So this position isn't posted right now. I still have probably at least a couple more months, not planning on leaving until probably November, or maybe December. But I did want to get some feelers out there in case you guys know anybody who's looking for a change of pace.
Yeah.
And if they have any questions, you can definitely shoot them my way.
Thank you. I hope wherever you're going, maybe it's close and you're still staying in the
Yeah,
community.
I'm
Okay,
staying-
good.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
We need to keep you. Courtney, do you want to add to anything? Do you have anything?
I do not have any updates.
Very good. Jessica.
Yeah, so I'm Jessica Jackson. I work at Heartland Community College in the Counseling Center. And the 27th of this month, we're having our social service fair. So some of you might be there tabling for our students. I'm looking forward to that. That's all I got.
Great. Good opportunity.
What
Emily.
date is that, Jessica?
Oh, yeah.
September 27th.
Thank you.
Emily.
I'll be there, Jessica. Hi, everybody. My name is Emily Hartley, and I'm a community services coordinator here at Brightpoint in the Scott Child and Family Center. The last update I provided last month was that we had a ton of spots open. We have filled the spots. So that's fantastic. We're working on hiring some more teachers because we still have the capability to open some more classrooms if we get the staff. We're currently interviewing, so fingers crossed that those work out. We previously made it all the way through our very, very long wait list. So we're trying to build our wait list back up again to see, like we're saying, get the feelers out, kind of see what the need is in the community. That way we have those kids on deck when we do hire some new teachers, so we can just get them right into the program. So if you have anybody in mind, we serve 6 weeks to 5 years old in our daycare and preschool. We have Head Start and Early Head Start. We accept CCRN. So if you have any questions, feel free. You can shoot me an email, or realistically, I should probably get you a better email, but I'll throw it in the chat. And if you have anybody that is interested, you can reach out to the email and it should get to the right person.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank
Very
you.
good. Good stuff going on. Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I am an intern at Brightpoint with the Parents Care and Share program. My supervisor, Dorothy, was supposed to be here, but she wasn't able to, but I don't have any updates that I know of. So, but nice to meet everyone.
Thank you, Hannah. We miss Dorothy too, so tell her hello from us. Shannon.
Good afternoon. I did want to let y'all know, I did put in the chat kind of a little bit more about how you can kind of check if your document's accessible. Too long, didn't read, just call me if you have questions. And then my email's in there as well. So I do check those when they come in too. So thank you for any and all of you who have emailed back, and you've got me the information right back. It's been a beautiful thing. And I work at Life Center for Independent Living. I am the independent living advocate. We help people with disabilities live as independently as possible. My schedule is filling up with transition age students, so 14 to graduation, getting them ready for what happens next, helping them think about what's going to happen after high school, getting some of those job skills ready. We also have a PA program, so if people are looking for personal assistance, we can give them a list, a referral list. We are also looking for people who want to be personal assistants. They go through an orientation, give us their info, and they can be on that list. As well as our low vision services program. Of course, seniors, people 55 and older with severe vision loss can come to us or give us a call. We'll get an appointment. We can also go to them for low vision aids. Could be talking watches, talking devices. I mean, if you really need to announce your weight, we have talking scales. I know I don't get on that one. Yeah, so a lot of really cool devices just to help people stay as independent as they can be in their own homes, their hobbies. Thanks.
Amazing what's available. That's great. Thank you, Shannon. Darla.
Hello, everyone. I'm the director for Faith in Action, and we are a volunteer-based service that helps people 60 and over stay independent by providing them rides to medical appointments and shopping, grocery shopping help, and things like that. We are going to be having a poverty simulation through the U of I Extension as a training for our volunteers on the 25th of October. And I'm looking for people who could volunteer at each of the stations. If you've not participated before, the perimeter of the room has different stations that a person might need to make it through the red tape to live and keep a roof overhead and food for their family for a month. And so we're looking for people to take on those volunteer roles. It would be a morning commitment from probably 8:30 to noon or 11:30.
I've done that before, Darlene. It's very impactful. Very impactful.
It
Yep.
is very impactful. And the people that present this, it's an evidence-based program and they do a lot of sharing in the end of the program. So if anyone would be able to volunteer that day, that'll help us be able to bring it to the community.
Yeah, that's
Let me
wonderful.
know. I'll put my email in the chat.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thanks, Darla.
You're welcome.
Barb.
Hey, sorry, I cannot get my camera to work today. So anyway, I'm with Recovery Oriented Systems of Care, and our event is almost here that I've been talking about, our recovery event on September 30th out at Anderson Park from 5 until 8 p.m. We are going to have 24 resource tables have signed up, which is awesome. Very excited about. And we will have working on confirming a speaker. We're going to have, prizes, giveaways, food. We just confirmed a live performance from BCAI and really excited about that. And we'd just love to see everyone out there just to have fun and support each other. And support, for Recovery Month is the month of September. And we're just really excited about the event and love to see you all out there. And I really thank you for the Michelle and Joy and everyone. That was really wonderful today. You guys you're angels. So you do a lot of great work, it sounds like. So thank you for that information.
Wow. Welcome.
Ryan.
We here over at Path don't have a whole lot new going on. Chris Baldwin would probably be better equipped to answer that question like usual. What do you think, Chris?
Chris, why don't we take it to you?
Yeah, not too much unusual going on over here. So just still, we're still not to entirely full staffing for our 988 call center yet. So, any more applicants that people want to submit for that are fine. Otherwise, business as usual.
Yeah, that's good business over there, Path. Thank you.
Could I say something to Chris and Ryan?
Yes, please.
Chris and Ryan, would you get Martha to call me, please?
Sure, I'll pass the message along.
Okay, thank you very much.
And then Brittany.
Yep. Hi, my name is Brittany and I work at Project Oz. I'm a transitional living specialist for pregnant and parenting moms. And updates for us, at the end of the month on September 29th, we're having our fundraiser. It's going to be at the castle. And then that's from 5:30 to 11:30. And then also, I think in November, start looking out for some paperwork and posters and stuff about National Awareness Month for Runaway Youth. And then we also have a couple of positions open. So if you know anyone, shoot them our way. And that's it.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And Jenna, last but not least.
Sorry, I needed to figure out how to unmute. Hi, I'm Jenna Salinas. I'm the new case manager here at One Hope Project. I just started last week. So this is my first meeting here. I can't figure out, is my video on?
Yes, it is.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Next week, the next Tuesday, we start our support groups. So and I don't know if Sierra, our counselor, sent that information to you guys. If not, or just for future reference, who do I send that to specifically?
Shannon Tarkowski, and her information is in the chat if
Okay.
you want to see that.
And you might have already said that, and I was
That's okay.
and then sorry, and then Thursday are our adult support groups, and both are at 6:30 p.m. So if you guys have any referrals or interested in that, email Sierra@counselor@onehopeproject.org.
And that is at your offices there off of Washington?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Very good. For me, I'm just going to say it's library card sign up month. So with you, we're again, the Bloomington and Normal libraries are partnering with Connect Transit. And so for the whole month, you can, or anyone that you know, can use their library card to ride the bus for free as many times as they want to. And they do not have to be coming to the libraries. They can be going wherever they want to go. It works multiple times a day. It doesn't matter if they have fines, it's expired. They show a card, then they're going to get on that bus for free. If you find someone that doesn't have a card, or they say, oh, I have fines, let us work with them and see what we can do. Even if they have fines, and even if they couldn't physically use their card, I can get them a physical card so that they could use this opportunity to do that. We also, I was just going to say, because of what Michelle had been talking about, we are a soft handoff from the jail. They send us names. We get library cards to people that are coming out of the McLean County Jail. We send it to their homes. They do not have to register beyond we're given their birth date and their address. And so we send it to their home, send them a personalized note and my personal card, so that they have someone to contact. We have a lot of resources whether it's downloading items, job search, homework help. So there's lots of resources through the library that are available to anybody with a library card, and everything is free. So if anybody have anything else they want to mention, otherwise, I'm going to remind you that next month is going to be in person at the YWCA. And we want to have everybody come. Last time we had 30-ish people there. So please, we're preparing for plenty. Bring your friends and send anybody that you would like to. The second Tuesday of each month, but next Tuesday at noon, the second Tuesday will be at the YW. Okay, thank you very much. You guys have a great month, and we will see you there.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Michelle.